All right. Welcome to a third episode of E.M.O. Eric Mitchell Opinions. I'm a little less energetic because I had been recording for like 10 minutes and I just realized that the camera was not only not working, but also my microphone was not working. So I was just talking to myself, which I do anyway, but kind of annoying when that wasn't the plan. So I'm going to be looking up a lot to make sure my camera doesn't fuck me this time. Today, we're talking about Chance the Rapper's Starline and everything surrounding it. So, I've been a fan of Chance the Rapper since Acid Rap. It came out 2013. I didn't listen to it till around 2014, because that's when. So that album to me is special for a couple of different reasons. One, I just like the album a lot. It has like some of my favorite songs on it. Definitely like solid part of his discography, and also like at that time in 2014, I had moved out of New Jersey and was living out of state with my brother, and it was the first time I had moved out of my family's house, moved away from my family, and it was like my first time really being independent and really relying on myself. I did a lot of growing that year. And so that album is part of the soundtrack to me of that whole experience of just living somewhere and like growing up. And I just love that album. Coloring Book I also really love. Like especially Same Drugs, that to me is like to me that's Chance's best song. Color not Coloring Book. Same Drugs is like just his storytelling, his writing, the layered metaphors of like he's talking about drugs, but he's not really talking about drugs, and he's like using like Captain Hook and Peter Pan as like a metaphor for growing up and growing apart, and saying like he stayed immature while the person that he used to do drugs with, she grew up and kind of left him behind. It's just a beautiful song. I adore that song. It's one of my favorite songs ever. Definitely my favorite Chance song, or at least like the one I feel like is best written. And so like I was rooting for him, especially after the big day. I was not initially a big day hater. I did not like it, but I was not as like crazy against it as a lot of other people were. I thought there were some good songs. I did listen to it again recently. It is pretty bad. I'm not gonna hold you. It is pretty bad. I still like Get a Bag for the most part. That's like the only song on there that I personally kind of rock still. I'm probably not gonna play it in front of people, but I do like the song. I think it is corny. But Chance is corny, and it's like I think that's a big reason why the big day was so shunned, because yeah, it's not a great album. A lot of it felt phoned in. A lot of the lyrics felt phoned in. It was very clearly an attempt of trying to go more poppy. Like it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. I wouldn't even say it's good. Um, but I think part of the reason, besides even just the lack of quality, it's how like sugary sweet it was. And I don't necessarily use that as an insult. I think there's a lot of people who don't like albums that are that happy. But I do. Like my favorite album of all time is People's Instinctive Travels and The Paths of Rhythm by A Tribe Called Quest. That's a long ass title. That's my favorite album of all time, and that is like one of the most like happy-go-lucky, happy rap albums ever. Um, I think the difference between that and the Big Day is just that like I don't know, the Tribe album, they weren't phoning it in. Like there's definitely a lot of like phoning in the Big Day. Definitely a lot of like attempts of going more mainstream. Um, but even still, like even with that, the wave of like like almost genuine hatred that came towards Chance the Rapper after that was crazy. Like the way that people would like wish that he would get a divorce and shit like that was insane to me. Um, and so personally, I was rooting for this album for a couple different reasons. One, I just like Chance the Rapper. I just think that he's a good artist, and I want to see him succeed because I think he's just like a really great lyricist, a really underrated songwriter too. Like I Cocoa Butter Kisses, um, uh, Same Drugs, Summer Friends. Like these are some songs where it's like they have really strong concepts, and he's really able. Like he's one of those rappers who can like take a concept and stick to it through the whole song. There's a lot of rappers where they'll get like sidetracked, they'll have non sequiturs. He's really good when he's like really focused. He will like take one topic and just dig down on it to like in every single bar. And it's like this is gonna sound sacrilegious to people. It's similar. It's not to the same level in my head, but like it's similar to the way Kendrick writes because Kendrick and Chance are really good at having one topic, sticking to that one topic, not having like filler bars filled in. It's like this song is about this, and we're gonna focus on this topic. No like random flex bars, no random sex bars. This is about this topic. Um, and I like that about Chance. I really like that about Chance. And I wanted to see him like really like live up to that potential because he's a great artist who just made one bad album. So like one, I was rooting for him. He's an amazing artist. Two, once again, like I just have a connection to some of his art because of like it hit me at certain spots in my life. And it's like three, as an artist who makes more. I don't know if I make positive. I try to make positive music. Sometimes a lot of that like anxiety and depression seeps into my music, but overall, like I really want my music to just reach people and help people. And I saw a lot of myself in what Chance was going through. Like I could see, like when I blow up, me making an album with like similar themes to the big day and wanting to like make something more positive, something more fun, and I could see getting that same backlash. And I wanted, I want to believe that black boys who are positive can still make it in hip hop. I didn't want this to just be a fluke. I, I want there to be like a space in hip hop for like cheerful black boys. And I think with this album, he kind of showed that. This album is a lot less cheerful than like acid rap or coloring book. Um, but I think it still works. I think overall it's still a great album. I don't think did I say the name? I don't think I said the name. Starline. Starline is the Chance the Rapper album. It came out like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. Like Friday, something like that. I listened to it when it first came. Or I listened to the first half when it first came out. Then I went to sleep, and then I listened to the rest like the next day. Um, so it starts off with Star Side intro. I like that intro. It's not. I'm not crazy about it, but I do like it. But he goes on like a run. Ride, I really enjoy. I really love just how chill it is. I love the beat. I love his singing on it. I love Do or Die's like Bone Thugs inspired flow. No More Old Men on track 3. That to me is like a top 5 Chance song. That to me is gonna be up there with Same Drugs. It might outpace it for me personally. I just gotta listen to it some more. But I really love the concept on it, and it's another example of him being able to like stick on one topic and just like kind of dig deep into that topic. Same thing with the Negro problem. That's another one where he just is on one topic, one focus of racism, and just like how little. It's not just racism. It's like that song is about racism and the effects of it and how little the rest of the world cares about um, our problems. So yeah, Drapetomania. That one I know is kind of controversial, but I don't give a fuck. I love that track. I love Baby Chief Dewitt's verse. I hope Baby Chief Dewitt wrote it because apparently he uses AI to write some of his verses. So fuck him for that. But that was a good verse. So shout out ChatGPT for that. Back to the Go, another one that I really, really actually inspired me to write my own song that you guys are probably not going to hear for a while because I want that on a specific project, which I don't want to make until I get bigger. But Back to the Go was amazing. I love that song. Highs and Lows. I'm happy. I'm surprised, but I'm also happy. that he only brought one of the singles that he's been dropping for the past couple of years onto this album. Highs and the Lows is great. I kind of was thinking, kind of hoping that like he'd put on the Heart and the Tongue, but there might be a sample issue with that. But I do like Highs and Lows a lot. Definitely one of the better singles. I don't know. He dropped all the singles he dropped when between 2021 and now were really good. And then Space and Time. I know a lot of people don't like that. Once again, I don't give a fuck. I like it. I like the Disney fucking Lion King ass music. I think the writing is great. The imagery of going to sleep as a child and waking up as an adult is a great way of describing just like how fast time passes. Just like great imagery on that song. And I like the production. I like how big it is. I hope this is on a Disney movie. I don't give a fuck. And then we get to Link Me in the Future, and it's a four tracks in a row that I have some kind of issue with. So Link Me in the Future, I just straight up I don't like his singing on it. I don't like that one. Gun in Your Purse, don't like that one. Tia Corinne, I was excited to see her, and she was doing like the auto-tune singing shit. Hated her verse. Young Thug was fine. Chance the Rapper, did not like his singing on it. Don't like that song. Tree, I do like, but like it's a single, so like already, like I think it's fine. I think Tree is like it's good. It's good. Burn Your Block is annoying as fuck to me, and so this at this point I was getting a little nervous because it was like 4 songs in a row where I didn't. Well, 3 songs basically, and then Tree, where I was like, this is not good. Oh no. Oh god, this is gonna get terrible. Then we got to Letters. Letters. That one is that's one of them ones. That's one of them ones. That's also up there with No More Old Men and Same Drugs. Again, great focus, great writing, beautiful, aggressive, like way more aggressive than I'm used to from Chance. Speed of Light, I loved. Pretty, I loved. I love this. I love the message of Pretty, about self love. I also love that he is acknowledging his mistakes in his past marriage. I like the fact that like he didn't shy away from talking about it, even though like a lot, like he kind of left himself open to being made fun of for even bringing up his ex-wife. But I love the fact that he was like brave enough to talk about it. Just to drop, I love Chance's verses in it. Don't like Jay Electronica's verse, and it's like I'm not opposed to gospel rap, but this one's a little too gospel-y for me. And then Speed of Love, I love Jasmine Sullivan, so I was gonna love this regardless. Love this track. Um, Overall, yeah, like a solid album to me. Like if I were to give it a rating, it'd be like a 7.5 out of 10. But I don't really do ratings. I guess I technically just did. But I really liked it. Like I think there are some really high highs on here. The lows on here I don't think are the lows on here are nowhere near as bad as like um the lows on the Big Day. Like the lows on here are just like they are like fine. Like I'm not gonna listen to them, but it's just like it's whatever. You know what I mean? I don't think I don't think there's necessarily a single bad song on here. Just songs that I don't like. Um, and to me, it's just like it's just more proof that like the reception has been like people saying that he's back. A lot of the reception has been pretty positive. I think a lot of people agree with me where it's like it's not a perfect album, but it is a great return to form. There's always going to be skips on Chance albums. Like Chance is not he's a great songwriter. I don't think he's a great album curator. Like Acid Rap has skips on it. Like I almost always skip Smoke Again. Um there's some other ones on there that I don't I think that's the only one I skip. Coloring Book, I always skip Mixtape. I think Mixtape sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. And my cat's yelling at me, but she already ate, so she'll be good. I'm gonna feed her in a little bit later. But overall, yeah, I'm really happy with this album overall, and I'm happy that Chance is back in, back making music and back making projects, and I'm glad that there's like a somewhat positive reception. Um, Again, it's like I'm just a fan of his music, and also like it just makes me happy to see, positive black boy music getting loved. Um, Quirky black boy music getting loved. That's what I try to make too. You know, maybe I would love to work with Chance someday. That would be a big. That would be huge. I would love to work with Chance one day. Um, but yeah, great album or pretty good album. Pretty good album. Like 7.5 out of 10. Not perfect. Album of the year for me is still Let God Sort 'Em Out, and then probably JID. Man, the Grammy's gonna be crazy this year though. Grammy's gonna be crazy because it's still gonna be GNX, Chromacopia, Don't Tap the Glass. Um, Starline's probably gonna get nominated. God Does Love Ugly's probably gonna get nominated. I'm vying for God Don't Like Ugly. As much as I love Kendrick, he's my favorite rapper. Kendrick has enough Grammys. We're good on Kendrick Grammys. Give it to someone else. Like it's getting to Pixar levels now. Like give it to someone else. We Kendrick's amazing. Give it to someone else. Yeah, I'm still rooting for Let God Sort Him Out. But Starline, pretty good. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I fuck with it heavy. I fuck with positive black boy music. I fuck with being a quirky black boy. Yes. Thank you for watching. Take care. Love you.